I almost said friends for this week's prompt, but I feel like I've given that answer too much. What's my favorite part of VidCon? Friends. Why do I like YouTube community? Friends. The best part of being a small YouTuber? Friends. Why'd I move to LA? Hello Nerdfighters and other viewers, my name is Paul and this week's theme is making time for ... But while I am now of the mindset that I will go to places and do things just to hang out with people I like, who like me back, that's too short of a video. So, what won't I make time for? People who are acting out of racism. It's entrenched, it's systemic, and it's probably something that's been internalized for decades in those people. It could take decades to teach people that those acts of racism are wrong. And however long it would take is time when people of color will be harmed and maybe killed. I'll vote to make those racist acts illegal and to remove the people acting that way from power instead. My time will go to changing the system that shapes those minds. What won't I make time for? People who attempt to derail examinations of marginalization and oppression by suggesting there are worse things or that people who are fighting the good fight have made mistakes. Feminism is not a cancer just because some sexists don't like how encroaching equality feels like oppression. Here's one situation where I'll say those feelings are not valid. They stem from entitlement and years of taking privilege for granted. I'll explain my arguments to people who admit those views are new perspectives they have never considered before because that means they might consider them now. What won't I make time for? People who claim they don't have time or reason to make their products representative of the population around them or accessible for that population. It takes more time and effort to include diversity and accessibility because every person before has either used that same fucking excuse or ignored the needs of people who they don't recognize as people. I make time to include diversity and include accessibility and admit culpability when I mess up because if we don't make time to change marginalization in our frameworks, it will never change. And there's so much more I won't make time for, but I will make time for NFI. Because I love this channel. What won't you make time for? Tell us in the comments, and I'll make time to read them. And we'll see you next time.